My name is Dr. Eddie Moore Jr.
Dr. Eddie Moore Jr. As I walked across the exhibit at Netroots Nation 2012, this came into view. White Privilege Conference. Now, is this one of your projects?
Yeah, I'm the founder and program director for the White Privilege Conference. And the conference was founded on the premise and research philosophy that America, when it was colonized on a belief that white male supremacy, white male dominance was the rule of the land. So every system, every organization, every institution they created had that philosophy in its foundation. Now, of course, times have changed, and so at the conference what we look at is how does hundreds of years of that philosophy and philosophical belief still have impact on our acts and interactions today.
Would you mostly mean the socio-economic effect, or to be more explicit, the economic effect going forward?
So again, we look at the economic effect, the psychological effect, the emotional effect. I believe that systems, organizations, institutions can impact all of that. And that's what we're looking at the conference, because we don't just look at skin-based privilege, we also look at gender issues, so sexism comes from that. We look at religious issues, we look at homophobia and gender identity issues, so we really try to cover privilege comprehensively and how everybody has it, and we're all impacted by it in very different ways.
Now let me ask you something. The name that you chose is rather provocative. Now, did you do that specifically for that effect so that you could actually highlight other types of privilege in our society?
No. It happened because of the research I was reading when I was doing my PhD. It was specifically designed and specifically focusing on white skin privilege. And so when you read Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack by Peggy McIntosh, or the works by sociologist Joe Fagan, they're specifically looking at the white racial frame or white privilege specifically. And so when I was reading that, that's really what helped me frame the conference. And so I wanted to start with the source, as I call it, meaning that this is what got me to this point of saying we need to look at this. But I also, within that, didn't want to go without looking at other forms of privilege which are alive and well as well.
Now, what do you want the outcome of your project to be? When would you consider your project completed?
Well, I don't know if I will, in my lifetime, see an end to white supremacy, white male dominance as a philosophy and as a psychological impact on society. So what I look for and what I want to see in the end of my work is really three things. One, people just being able to say white supremacy and be comfortable with that as a conversational piece. Just like we talk about race, just like we talk about sexism, just like we talk about homophobia. Not that everybody's completely comfortable with those topics, but I think we at least have conversations about them, unlike we have conversations about white supremacy. People hear white supremacy and they think you're talking about a Klansman.
Right.
And so that's number one. Two, I want young people to have this language in their learning early as well. So we try to bring high school kids and young college students too to be grappling with the work, to understand that the work is more than diversity and having relationships with people who are different. That we got to look at issues of power and privilege. And the last thing is, after a conference, I want people to do stuff. So we really want people to be accountable to the conference. So don't just come here to hear speakers or to listen to workshops. Demonstrate to us what you're doing after the conference. So I really want to create an atmosphere that's accountability, action-based as well.
Thank you very much, sir.